Well, hey everybody, I'm back at the range today. I'm going to try out my new Ruger American Long Range Target 22. In all fairness, I have to let you know, I have shot this already at the range once, and I was having trouble. It comes with a 20 MOA rail, and I was having trouble. If I put it on the right way, I couldn't actually go down far enough, and if I turned it, I couldn't come up far enough. So I ordered just a standard rail from Ruger, and I'm going to see if that helps me at least be able to use the scope adjustments. I'm running an Athlon 6x24, and it should have plenty of adjustment. However, I just couldn't adjust out the MOA rail. So today I'm going to try this new one, like I said, and see how this thing shoots. It seems like it's going to be okay, but when you're kind of guessing where to hold, it's really hard on judging accuracy. So anyway, we'll see how it works. I'm going to be shooting this Norma TAC 22. I've got a couple others that I'm going to try, but my first go around, which I don't have video of just because I was having so much trouble, this seemed to work pretty good, so we're going to see how it does. And what I plan on doing is I'm going to sight it in at 25 yards, and then I'm going to move to the 100-yard range and see what I can do with it. So here we go. Got to get it on paper first. Alright, I think I've got an idea where it's at, so let's try it here. So, this never happens to me. All I did was change the scope mount, put the scope on, didn't do anything else. It's perfectly zeroed. I want to give it a couple of clicks. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see here. I think I've got it zeroed. I'll try a couple more shots, but then I'm going to try it. I've got some of the 50-foot Pistol 22 targets. I'm going to try that at 25 yards, which is actually more than 50 feet, right? 75 feet. I'm going to shoot 5. Now let's see what it does here. Not too bad, not the best. I'm going to try some other brands here. So that was, I'll show you the results here in a little bit. That was the Norma. Now I'm going to try the SK Match. I do know that this thing likes subsonic way better than the high velocity stuff, which ironically enough my Ruger 1022 likes the high velocity stuff better. So anyway, let's try some Norma here, or a SK. Again, not too bad. Let's try, I've got some Ely 10X Ultimate. Show you that there. And we'll try that. I don't have a lot of this left. You never wish for something you don't have to be good, right? Like, it'll shoot the best, and I don't have any more other than that half box. Pulled that one a little bit and I felt it, and it opened up the group. Of course it liked that a lot. Yeah, I'm going to keep them in order. TAC 22, SK, Ely. Now I'm going to try the 7X. This I can actually find. I can't find the Ely. I've been able to find the SK and the Norma and the Lapua pretty regularly. Alright, Lapua 7X. Alright, so I bunged the nose of that one up a little bit because the last shell didn't eject, which I've had trouble with the 7X is not ejecting, but let's see what it does. Yep. It was off a little. Yeah, see? I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Alright, and then one more I'm going to try. I just found these the other day. They are CCI clean 22 subsonic target. 25 yards. First group was the Norma, covered by dime. Second group was the SK, covered by dime. Third group was the Ely. Definitely likes it much better. The fourth group was the Lapua, which is also really nice. And then the fifth group was that CCI Target blue coat stuff. Got 3 shots really good close together, but those two, I don't know what's going on. And so then I shot the SK again. It's pretty consistent. This is a 5-shot group as well. And actually, I think that's a better group because I adjusted the windage on it to get it back a little bit. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it does at 100 yards. I moved over to the 50 and 100-yard ranges. Somebody's left their targets up. You're supposed to pull your targets down when you're done here, but so now I'm going to see. I'm going to check 50 with the 22 just to make sure, and then I'll move out to 100 and see what kind of groups I can shoot with it. So I'll show you when we start it. I've got everything set up, and just like before, I'm going to shoot these in the same order as I did last time. Get these things back here. Get my glasses. The Norma TAC 22, the SK long rifle match, the Ely 10X Ultimate, the Lapua Center X, and then these I'm not so sure of CCIs. So we'll see how it goes. And for ammo conservation, I am shooting 5-round groups. Look at that little wasp. Come on. Got a wasp buzzing me. Alright, so upper left with the TAC 22X. Not too bad. You'll see the groups in a little bit. Right back. I'm the only one out here today, but I forgot to turn off the range safety light. Next up, SK. Alright, here we go. And this is going to be the lower left target. Get situated here. Alright. Alright, not quite as good actually. Now let's go to this 4 box of Ely. I'm not sure I like how their boxes work, to be honest, but oh, and one caveat here, I'm using the same magazine every time. I have one of the newer ones with red follower and an old one with a black, and I am only using the, don't like that round, I'm only using the black. I'm hoping that, you know, that helps with some consistency as far as it's the ammo and not the magazine or something like that. Steamy today. Alright, I'll go upper right with this. Meh. Not a fan of the odor of the Ely. It reminds me of a sweet smell. Not super fond of it. Alright, turn this around. So I'm pulling from the same end. There we go. So like I said, I can find this Lapua Center X, but it's like, what am I paying for it right now? It's 14 or 15 a box. You know, I don't mind paying a premium for good ammo, but this is ridiculous stuff right now. So, all right, Center X, lower left. You know, so far, I think the Norman TAC 22 is the better. Last but not least, I'll give it a whirl. I'm interested to see if the first shot with this lube stuff is way off like it was before. And I need to read about how it affects the barrel. Alright, center of target. No, it's about the same as the others. Blew it with the last round. I had a good group going there. I'll show you just a little bit. Next I'm going to move out to 100, so let me get ready for that. Okay, I'm at the 100. I went offline for a second. I had to make some adjustment because it was shooting about 8 inches low and I didn't want to fool with it. But it also gave me a chance to check this 0 MOA rail, and it's worked beautifully. I can adjust in elevation for 100. That's as far as I want to shoot. I have a feeling if you want to shoot 300 yards with this, you're going to need that 28 MOA rail that comes with it, but I don't need it. Alright, so I'm going to move out to 100. And I'm going to shoot them in the same order as before. Oops. The Norma, SK, Ely, Rimfire, or Center X, I mean, and CCI. So let's see what happens at 100. Alright, upper left is the Norma. That one's terrible. happened with the first one. I definitely yanked on it or something. Next, we'll do the SK, and we're going to shoot it lower left. Alright, sit up here. Well, other than one low flyer, those didn't do too bad. Next up, Ely. Upper right. Center X. I'm going to go lower right. And now the CCI, which seemed to do pretty good at 50. Let's see what happens. All right, dead center. Ooh. I think the Norma is definitely the one that's doing the best. We'll go down in a minute, get the targets, bring it back, and I'll show you what we got. We're down here at the 50-yard targets. Remember the order, it was Norma, TAC 22, it was the SK, Ely, Lapua, and then the CCI. So you can kind of get an idea here. At 50 yards anyway, the Norma TAC 22 definitely dominated. But I'll take these home and I'll measure them out exactly so you can get an idea what the group size is. Now let's go to 100. Here we are at 100. Same order. That is the Norma TAC 22. That's the SK. This is the Ely. This is the Lapua. And here's the CCI stuff. So not that great. And again, I'll take these all home and measure them and show you the final group sizes. Hello everybody, I'm back at my house, and as promised, I'm going to show you some groups off of the 22 today from 25 yards, and then I'm going to measure the groups that I shot at 100 yards. Okay, so if you remember, I shot in this order the Norma TAC 22, then the SK match long rifle, the Ely 10X, the Lapua Center X, and then the CCI clean. Disregard these. I reloaded some 38 today, or the other day, and just want to make sure it's shooting. So anyway, forget the big holes. I'm going to go through and I'm going to measure each one of these groups. And once I get them measured, I'll write the group size down and then come back and talk about it. So I've got all the groups measured, and I'm going to take them and from largest to smallest. Largest group by far, CCI. And it's kind of odd. This is actually 3 shots, and then these 2 up at the top. But anyway, at 25 yards, not too great, 0.912 inches. Next biggest is actually the SK match at basically 0.4 inches. Discount that one. So getting better, but still not the best. Next is the Ely 10X. Now I've got two groups here, and the reason is, get it to focus. All of these together came out at basically 0.37 inches. However, if you take that one out, that's a 4-shot group, and that 4-shot group was basically a 1/4 of an inch, 0.258 inches. So with the one shot, it came in third, but without the shot, it would have been the best. Next, the Norma TAC 22. It came out at 0.358 inches, which is not too bad at 25 yards. And just as an FYI, I shot a second group just to check, and that second group came out to 0.329 inches, again at 25 yards. So not bad. But the winner today at 25 yards was the Lapua Center X at 0.336 inches, and you can see that's a really nice group. So 25 yards, got it zeroed, as zeroed as I wanted it, and then I stepped out to 50 yards, which I'll show you in a second, and then out to 100 yards. So let's look at the 50 and the 100 yard. Okay, so for the 50 yards, I kept the same order. TAC 22, SK, Ely, Lapua, CCI. All right, so how do we do? We'll start with the largest group, and it was the CCI at 0.819 inches. However, I did measure the group without the flyer, and it was actually a really good 0.406 inches. However, I don't think that's actually a flyer, and you'll see why when we get to the 100 yards. Next was the Ely 10X, 10X at 0.789 inches. Then it was the SK at 0.719 inches. This is 50 yards. Then the Lapua, and it's actually, I measured it twice. It's 0.736 inches. Was my first measurement, but I was off, so I remeasured and I got 0.704 inches. By the way, I'm using a Franklin Arsenal digital calipers, which that's why I'm getting all these significant digits out there. And then my last group was this TAC 22 at 50 again, which was really good at the 25 yards of 0.399 inches, and that's with the one out. If I do just that small group, smallest dimension is 0.227. So there is potential there for really good accuracy. So that was the 50. Let's move these out of the way. And on to the 100. Same order. TAC-22, SK, Ely, Lapua, and then CCI. Again, 2 measurements with the TAC-22. I do feel like this was a flyer. If I include that flyer, I get 1.758 inches, which is not good. But if I exclude the flyer, I'm getting 0.856 inches, which makes sense considering how it's done at 25 and at 50. That was my largest. Well, my largest, let's go back to the CCI. Remember how I was saying I wasn't sure if that was a flyer or not with the CCI? I'm convinced they're not. I just think it doesn't shoot very well in my rifle. 1.916 inches, that's a big group. And it just didn't shoot very well. The farther out I got, the worse it got. So CCI, then the TAC-22, but without the flyer, the TAC-22 actually was the next to smallest group. Now down to the SK, again 2 groups. I had a flyer, 1.437 inches with the flyer, without 0.791 inches. So both of those, the TAC-22 and the SK, did exceptionally well. And we saw that with some of the other groups as well, at 25 and 50. Next, smallest was the Ely. Remember 100 yards. And I can't really say flyer or no flyer. They really were spread out. But still respectable for me right now, 1.106 inches. And then when I get to the Lapua, you might consider this a flyer, but even then, 1.026 inches without it. Let's see what it was. What do we got? 0.0806 inches. So the Lapua would be on par with the SK and the TAC-22 if I had no flyers. 100 yards. I mean, I'd like to do better than that, but again, I'm just playing with the rifle right now. It's maybe got 100 rounds through it, 150 through the brand new barrel, so we'll see what happens. So that should get better, and I should get better as well. However, based on these, I think what I'm gonna do is, since I can get it, I'm gonna really start working with this TAC-22. I've still got several boxes of the same lot, and I'm gonna see about getting some more of the Lapua. The others, minute of squirrel, so that's what they're gonna be. Squirrel hunting rounds. That was my day at the range, working some more on the 1022. So the big thing, the 0 MOA rail for me, from 0 to 100 yards, well 25 to 100 yards, that's what I want. I don't need the 20 MOA. If I shoot into 300 yards, maybe. We have a 300 yard range at my gun club. I just don't really anticipate me ever shooting my 22 that far, so I'm going to stick with the 0 MOA. It's an original Ruger standard mount for the Ruger American Rimfire. I actually bought it on Amazon from somebody for $15 cheaper than from Ruger, and it came in a Ruger package. So, and I got a lens cloth, go imagine. So anyway, I'll do talk more in another video about the 22. I will say I've got the trigger, I think, down. It's adjustable from like 2.5 pounds to 5 or 6 pounds. I think I've got it adjusted down as far as I can go, but I'll check that, and then maybe that would help as well. And then I'm going to see about getting a little more rock solid base to shoot from, and see what that does for me as well. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the day at the range. And if you have any questions, let me know. But you know, thumbs up, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think.